you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out.
Believe it.
Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
You ready?
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
Oh, silly me, my dear, for thinking that you'd stay. Gave you my heart and then you ran away. Either I'm stupid, I'm foolish, or you're playing me. But it seems we were never really meant to be. So I thought I would try something new. I wanted to find out if I could live happy without you.
You are inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. I'm your host, Robin Ayers, with you all Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. on the drive home, already at home, wherever you are. I hope you are having a wonderful Thursday. Listen, tomorrow is Friday already. I don't know about your week, but my week has flown by. My week has really coasted. It has coasted by, and I'm not mad at that. Well, happy birthday to Jill Scott, Jilly from Philly. You know, I am a fan of hers. I just finished. There's a show that she produced or executive produced. It was called First Wives Club on Netflix. I think it was BET, but then they streamed it live on Netflix, and love the show. So shout out to Jill because she is multifaceted, okay? She's a multi-hyphenate, okay? Singer. She be touring and acting and all the things. So shout out to her. Well, also, Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker are celebrating their 10-year anniversary. You know, I'm going to celebrate love. I'm going to celebrate the marriages because, you know, I did report yesterday that Chance the Rapper is getting divorced after 5 years, and I don't like to hear that. I like to celebrate love. So definitely shout out to Kandi and Todd for 10 years of marriage. And also, okay, this one, wow, Jay-Z and Beyonce have been together for 16 years. They've been married 16 years, been together longer than that. Very, very good. Very good, J and B. We like that. I don't know. We like it or nah, Andy?
It's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
But I got a question, though.
Okay.
So, you know, we big up marriage a lot. Mm-hmm. Would it be better if, hypothetically saying that, let's say Chance the Rapper and, you know, his former wife, let's say they were just a couple, but they never got married. Mm-hmm. And they were together for however long and still together, but just not married. Mm-hmm. As opposed to getting married and then eventually getting divorced.
Mm-hmm. How would I feel about that?
How would you feel? Like, you know, somebody's been in a relationship for 20 years and they have not got married, but they are still rocking with each other.
Yeah. The ring does not mean everything for me. I understand that this world is changing. All the social norms are changing, and it is not necessarily socially accepted now, or we're not obligated. These people nowadays are saying, I'm not obligated to get married. So I will say that. I mean, even just love, period. I do think I'm a proponent of that, not necessarily the marriage, but I do shout out marriage because, you know, 19 years over here. Okay, all right, let me back up. Well, hold on, not 19 years. Yeah, I know, not 19 years yet. Not 19 yet, but definitely going on 19 in June, which that's in a couple months. I mean, so anyway, former bad boy rapper G-Dep, he's released from prison after 13 years. Okay, good for him. Looks like he's done well. He had been reading a lot, and, he came out with a lot of love and support from his people. I wonder, though, if, it's just so interesting and maybe even ironic that he's released right now, right when all of these things are going on with Diddy, and people are talking about Diddy. People are coming out doing podcasts, having conversations. So I wonder if he's going to add to the conversation, if there's anything he may know. I don't know, but we will see. We will definitely see about it. But congratulations to G Dep for being released. Speaking of rappers, though, I don't like this, but we'll talk about it. Rapper Sexy Red. She pulled up to what looked like a high school. And she pulled up to speak at the high school, but they turned her away because she smelled like weed. According to her, she smelled like weed. She turned around, she circled the block or something, came back, and she started dancing through her sunroof, twerking, rapping, playing her songs loud. And you have all the high school kids out there like, "Get It Sexy" is one of her songs, "Get It Sexy." And she was saying she came there to have a speak, give them the word of the day, according to what she said. I'm not so sure that is in alignment. Okay, high school principals, whoever was in charge of hiring Sexy Red to come to the school, for whatever reason, I'm not sure that that's in alignment with what the kids need to see. I mean, we're talking about high school kids, and it seems like whoever did that booking was trying to maybe be cool rather than do something that was going to be something, educational or informative or anything positive for these kids. Andy, what do you think about that?
She didn't just randomly pull up? Like, it was actually organized by an administrator?
Well, that's what we don't know. But
Okay.
But what she said was, I came here to give them the word of the day. You're not just going to pull up at any school to give the word of the day. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it seems to me, from what I gather, that she was supposed to be there, but they turned her away because of how she smelled.
And what is this word of the day? Is this like her little her shtick or something that she does on social media?
Just a positive word, maybe. I don't know. And I'm not mad at the positive word, but the fact that it's Sexy Red, I mean, it doesn't seem like it works for the school.
Yeah, the reason why I asked that question, because if there's a school administrator who organized this and did not explain how to come to the school, that's on that administrator. Like, that was a bad move. What was you thinking for doing that? You should have explained to Sexy Red, like, I need you to come.
Well,
presentable.
my problem is, definitely that you should have come presentable, but it's that they called Sexy Red at all. Okay, that is my problem. Don't have Sexy Red come to the school. Now, I might be off here, but my kids are in high school currently, right now. I can't see an administrator hiring Sexy Red to come to my kids' high school and perform or give a word of the. The alignment to me is off.
Well, the administrator's probably trying to be cool.
That's what I said.
And considering Sexy Red is the hottest right now, quote unquote, why not?
Yeah, it's the wrong move. It is not about being cool. And if you do want to be cool, there are other artists who you can provide. You can hire. My thoughts. Those are just my thoughts, but who am I? I'm the auntie. I'm the auntie nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm out of whack. I don't know. We'll let that pass. I do have a question of the day that I want to get to you guys before we get on with our show, because we've got a wonderful contributor who's on the line, ready to have this conversation. So Stephen A. Smith, he is addressing Misa Hilton. Misa Hilton is the mother of Justin Combs, and Justin Combs is the son of Diddy. As you remember, Diddy's LA and Miami homes were raided, and we saw footage of how the Homeland Security, how they were using excessive force. What looked to us like excessive force. They were holding what do you call the beams? The red when you hold a gun to someone and it's the red red light beam, or what is it?
The beam, right?
The beam.
I'm assuming, right?
Okay, yes. But so they were holding that to the boys as they were arresting them. So the mother, obviously, she saw the footage. She says, we are going to use basically every possible means to sue them. And Stephen A. Smith says, good luck with that. This isn't warranted. Let's take a listen to how he says it. And this is going to be our question of the day.
Hilton claims her son has hired an attorney to investigate, quote, the excessive use of force, and vowed to fight for justice utilizing every imaginable resource. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Here's the reason why. In the age of brutality on the part of some police officers, officers from Homeland Security busting into the home, guns drawn, obviously not a good look, obviously a bit excessive to say the least in terms of the optics. When it comes to excessive force, simply grabbing your sons and putting them in handcuffs and peaceably taking them outside. In an age and a day where unarmed black men have been shot and killed, at the very least assaulted on several occasions, this doesn't meet the standard. So good luck with that. Knock yourself out. That's not the story.
He says it basically it won't land, that will not go anywhere. So according to what you just heard and what you've seen, everyone, I'm assuming by now, I hope you have watched a lot of the security footage and how they arrested the two young sons of young men. They're young men. They're not, boys or teenagers. They're young men. Do you think that there's a case here? Do you think that Misa Hilton, as well as Justin Combs, will have a case against Homeland Security for using excessive force? Or do you think that a lawsuit, it didn't warrant that? I'm going to leave that up to you to go ahead and vote. You guys right now seem like it could be excessive, and maybe you agree with the mom and Justin. Okay, but before we move on, Andy, let's go ahead and jump into the Raw Report.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
We got to talk about this. We're always bringing some sort of issues. They're not negative. They're just issues to talk about to the Raw Report. But I do want to talk about this because I think it has legs. D.L. Hughley, he has given Don Lemon his flowers. He praises him for the ways in which he's handled all of the adversity that Don Lemon has gone through, as you know, over time. This has been over the past year or two. He's had some ups and some downs, and he's been in the media. He was fired from CNN. You may also know that Don Lemon and D.L. Hughley had some friction in the past. They had, some problems, and they wound up resolving their issues. And recently, D.L. Hughley was on an episode with Don Lemon, and he gave him his flowers. There's something to talk about when it comes to black men and black women and how we all handle adversity, disappointment, all of the things. We handle certain things in the media or in the public eye. And I want to take a deeper look into that. I have some questions for our contributor and for you guys if you want to jump in on the conversation. Also, we're going to talk about NeNe Leakes. Now, this one right here is for the birds, but we're going to talk about it anyway. She did say she's having a conversation, and she says, if you are going to cheat, you need to cheat respectfully. What does that mean? And is she giving her man permission, so to speak, to cheat? Just say, is that what's going on here? And is that what we've come to in society? Are we just saying, all right, we know everybody is for the streets. We know everybody is for everybody. Just go ahead and do what you do, but just treat me well. We have to talk about that. And we are also going to try our best to break down this question of Stephen A. Smith and the Homeland Security thing that happened at Diddy's house. So we'll get to all of that on the other side. You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Eric Bellinger hanging out right here with my family at the Raw Report. Keep it locked.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
We must understand the politics of our community, and we must know what politics is supposed to produce.
This election year, KBLA Talk 1580 is the place for politics, unapologetically progressive politics. And we've got two of the best and brightest to help you cut through all the noise. Weekdays at 1 p.m., it's A More Perfect Union with Dr. NeNe Corte. And at 4 p.m., it's Areva Martin in Real Time. He's the university professor and distinguished member of the White House Correspondents Association. She's a best-selling author and Harvard-trained civil rights lawyer. And they are both here every day to help guide you through all the this year, because you know it's going to get deep. Get your politics on weekday afternoons at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. with A More Perfect Union, hosted by Dr. NeNe Corte and Areva Martin in Real Time, only on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your flag.
your floors can go from clean to dirty fast. From juice spills, whoops, to muddy paw prints, to little sticky finger marks. Good thing your Swiffer WetJet works fast too. Swiffer WetJet easily cleans everyday messes as quick as they happen. The next mess is right around the corner. So grab your Swiffer WetJet and just spray, push, all clean.
Did you know one of the best investments you can make? It's in yourself. At My Computer Career, in just a few months, you can start your new career in the high-demand, recession-resistant field of information technology. Isn't it time you invest in you and start a career in networking, cybersecurity, AI, or upskill to boost your current IT career? So get the ROI you deserve at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Start now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Linking social justice and climate justice all year long.
We're unapologetically progressive.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la, it's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Rob Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, I am on the line with our contributor of the day. You all know her. She is a friend of the Raw Report. Please welcome Ty Lee to the show.
Ooh,
hi, Ty.
Hey. Hey, I'm good.
How have you been? It's wonderful to hear from you.
I'm doing all right. Can't complain too much. How are you?
I am also, you know, I'm great. I am great. Life is good.
Amen. Amen.
Amen and amen. Well, I'm so glad to have you here on the line with us to have these conversations. Before we jump into this conversation about DL and Don, give me your take. Do you feel, yes or no, do you feel that Justin Combs has a case of excessive force when it comes to how the Homeland Security handled him when they were raiding the house?
You know, honestly, the fact that it's Homeland Security, I don't think it was excessive. Like, they're known for, like, bone rushing into places and knocking down doors and grabbing up folks. All we can say, well, at least me, is that I'm grateful they weren't shot and killed. Like, they just handcuffed them, put them away. Like, you need to get out to space. So, you know, when you're dealing with Homeland Security and whatever they're trying to find that their father did, I mean, listen, I don't think they have a case. I don't think they have a case. I'm sorry that her babies were in handcuffs, but no.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Andy?
And I felt like the following day, if I'm not mistaken, Justin, or what's the other brother's name?
King
Combs. King Combs. He was posted up with his girlfriend like I think it was his birthday or something like that. So it wasn't traumatizing.
Yeah. Well, it's a good point. Critic Chronicles over here in our YouTube, this is a great point. They said whether there is a case or not, I think they should go for it. You know, it's a litigious society we live in, and everybody you can sue anyone for anything. You just go ahead and go for it, whether there's a case or not. Okay, well said. I hear your point. Right now, you guys are split right down the middle. 50% say yes, it was excessive, and the other portion of you say it didn't warrant a lawsuit. So I think that's where you stand, Ty.
Right.
Okay, so Andy.
One more thing.
I'm
sorry, but I can't help, but it feels like disrespect to some real excessive force type cases. So it got me thinking about a George Floyd and all the other individuals that either succumbed to police brutality or really got beat down. Yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, was the anniversary of Rodney King. So in a way, I feel like this lawsuit might be just a slap to those individuals.
I will push back a little bit with that and challenge it to say I think there are varying degrees of excessive force. And so one might not be as slight to the other. If you feel like, I mean, if you stepped on my toe, it hurt. But if you punched me, it hurt more. But I still hurt. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, that's what I'll say. I say whether they win or not, just go for it. Why not? Why not? Why not? I don't know. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So DL Hughley, I really like this. Number one, I like the fact that there were issues that the two of them had, DL and Don Lemon. And Don Lemon actually spoke about this right before his show. He said, listen, have you ever had anybody who you had some problems with? You used to work together and, you know, there were some issues, but then you got over them and you actually became friends again. He said, that's the case with my next guest. And he said DL Hughley, of course, and that made me happy, obviously, when two men could work it out. And, you know, because obviously these days we see so many instances where people don't work it out and it becomes, you know, really unnecessary, the beef between them. But he had DL on the show and DL gave him his flowers. Let's take a listen to this beautiful exchange.
And I got to say this to you. I had always, and we had a different relationship than we do now.
I was going to talk about
that.
But
watching the way that you had.
Go on.
Okay, well, I'll say this as a prelude.
Go on.
Watching the way that you have handled such a public attempt at annihilating your character and your career, watching the way you've handled it with aplomb and dignity, and strength and courage makes me so proud that you're a black man. It makes me so proud. It really does. It makes me well, you know how I felt. I called you and told you how I felt. But I think that everything that they think about us, you were different. You didn't get angry. You weren't a victim. You didn't blame. You just did. And even in this last thing. So I can't tell you how proud it makes me because what I think culturally we do, we own the bad things, like when something happens, I hope that ain't a black person, but we don't own the good. So we're a generation that got Barack Obama and Flavor Flav. We got a nation of people, but I think to see people like you in a very public way who handle who handle adversity and really I think things that would shatter a lot of people, to watch you do that made me very proud.
I think that was so beautiful. Ty, let me get your thoughts on this. We have watched, you and I'm sure, as well as the rest of us, we've watched for years as women, we bite our tongues. Women, I think recently back to when Angela Bassett at the Oscars, when she was snuffed, and she admitted later when she was talking to Oprah in a conversation, how shocked she was that she actually didn't get the Oscar. People saw the disappointment and she was disgruntled. I mean, you could see it on her face, but she held calm. She was classy. She was elegant the way that she handled it. And we've watched it for years because they say if you are a black woman, you're gonna and you speak out, you're going to be looked at as the angry black woman. You're going to be, you're going to have all these labels attached to you. But here's Don Lemon, a black man holding, and I don't know if he felt the need to be irate or yell or, handle the adversity differently. But here DL is giving him his flowers. Do you think that a lot of these black men want to be loud and aggressive and express themselves, but feel like they don't have a safe space to do so?
I feel like at the end of the day, they forget that we're human. And all at the end of the day we want is respect, whether woman or man, black or white. Mm-hmm. But especially as people of color, I always find myself trying to always be mindful of stereotypes and having that at the forefront of my mind when I'm responding authentically to adversity. So I express myself in a composed and an assertive manner, and I feel like that can help challenge stereotypes without, conforming to them. But for us, I feel like you have to always think about balance, right? which allows you to address issues effectively while also staying true to who you are. And it's just crazy that they don't view us in a way where we can't have emotions. How you brought up Angela, like, yes, she had a disgruntled look on her face, but who wouldn't? You were looking to win an award that you deserved, and everyone agreed that you deserved. So I just feel like at the end of the day, all we want is respect. And we always got to keep in mind about the stereotypes that they put on us.
You know, you are right. And sometimes I'm so bothered by that. I'm so bothered by the fact that I'm not sure if anybody else has to consider that when they're going through in real time, going through emotion. I don't know that anyone else has to consider how they express themselves. We, for the most part, we're just going to say black and white for the sake of this conversation. Black people can't. Otherwise, we are we will be labeled, and white people can. They don't think twice about it. Andy, did you want to jump in? Angel Reese,
right?
Interesting. That's a very interesting example. That's multi-layered. That's definitely multi-layered. It's kind of loaded with Angel Reese, but it is a conversation. But yeah, I do feel like. But I feel like this is with women. I'd be curious to hear from men to see if black men specifically think, because you do have examples of other men who don't feel this way. You got the Dr. Umars of the world who do not care what you say about his delivery. He is just going to deliver it in your face how he sees fit. Stephen A. Smith is another one. You know, usually I have a problem with his it's not aggression, it's passion. And so Andy says, thank you. Andy rides for Stephen A. Smith. But you know what? We're going to continue this conversation because I'm not done with it. I want to make a few other points with this on the other side. We're also going to talk about this whole cheating thing and this cheating with respect thing. I think it's crazy. I think it's ludicrous, but there might be something valid to it that I'm not considering. I don't know. And you help me realize it, Ty, on the other side. You talk to me about it. All right, we're going to talk about it on the other side. Right now, we've got news, traffic, and sports. You're listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, I'm Damian Young. I'm chilling with Robin on The Rob Report.
More of The Rob Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A resolution may be near for a dispute impacting plans for a Black History Museum in Orange County, Florida. Officials from Orange County Public Schools and Eatonville met to discuss a lawsuit concerning the former Hungerford Preparatory High School, a historic site. The Southern Poverty Law Center is suing to halt its potential sale to a private developer. In a recent meeting, they discussed separating 10 acres from the lawsuit before the next Florida Museum Black History Task Force meeting in 2 weeks. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is proposing that underutilized office space be converted into affordable housing units. Johnson, who is Black, said the projects demonstrate the city's shared commitment to revitalizing downtown and creating affordable housing in every neighborhood. The Community Development Commission and Landmarks Commission are next to review the proposed plans. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
There's a motorcycle crash now if your drive takes you through Pomona. This is on the eastbound 10 right before White Avenue. That's taking away the carpool and 2 left-hand lanes. So 3 lanes down. That's a solid backup once you hit about the 71. A conked out big rig in Elysian Park on the 5 northbound after the 110. That is conked out in that right-hand lane, slowing you down as you come off the 10. A stall in West LA, 405 northbound at Sunset, is taking away the left-hand lanes. Your brake lights start at Sawtelle. Another stall, this one's in Tahunga on the westbound 210 at Latuna Canyon. That one's out of lanes into the center divider, but minor slowing starting at Ocean View.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Clippers will not have Kawhi Leonard for tonight's game against the Denver Nuggets at Crypto.com. Leonard is still dealing with soreness in his right knee. It's the same knee that required ACL surgery in 2021. Dawn Staley of South Carolina was named AP Women's College Basketball Coach of the Year. South Carolina is 36-0 after losing their entire starting lineup from last year. Staley has led South Carolina to 4 straight Final Fours. South Carolina plays North Carolina State Friday night in Cleveland. UConn and Iowa meet up in the second game. One of our HBCUs is in trouble. St. Augustine University, located in Raleigh, North Carolina, suspended its football program for the 2024 season. Interim President Dr. Marcus Burgess said the school needs between $27 and $30 million to stay open after the spring semester. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader. If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Follow
the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
It's a celebration of a living legend.
It's the farewell tour.
It's Maze featuring Frankie Beverly.
Thank you for the love,
Also featuring the soul icon, Anthony Hamilton. Plus, After 7, it's a Mother's Day celebration, May 12th in the Kia Forum.
In commemoration, come in your all white.
Get tickets at Ticketmaster. Presented by the Black Promoters Collective.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Don't shave with that, son. You'll get razor bumps.
Nah, Pops. I'm good with Gillette's Skin Guard. How long you been growing that beard anyway? You know Mama hates it.
Yeah, had it since my last wet shave in 77. Got ingrown so bad, looked like I was growing a patch of new noses.
That's why I use the Gillette Skin Guard razor, face scrub, shave gel, and moisturize, so I don't have to worry about new razor bumps or shaving irritation.
Gillette Skin Guard, huh? Your mama's gonna love this one.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. Keeping you informed about what's really going on.
Who's got next?
And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
First of all, let me say, you can't accuse me of all the things you know that you are guilty of. And I see that it is easy for you to blame everything on me. If that's the case, I should go have my fun and do all the things you say I do.
You You are inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. I wish you were here in the studio with us. You could be jamming back there with Andy, our DJ A+ in the building. Of course, always on topic with his songs. This is I Might As Well Have. That is funny. He's always on point. I love that. We are talking on the phone with our entertainment contributor of the day, Ty Lee, and we are having this conversation about Don Lemon, and we are going to transition and talk about this cheating conversation. But before we do, yes, Critic Chronicles is saying how proud of the Obama, how proud that the Obamas carried themselves when they were leading America. Absolutely. I'm sure there were plenty of times, Ty, that then President Barack Obama wanted to go off and wanted to say something and wanted to be stern, but he handled himself very well. The entire family did. Last thing I'll ask, Andy, you had something about that?
They had to act like that.
They had to.
Considering that position, they had to.
Sure. No, I'd agree with that. Do you feel, Ty, as though like we should be giving more props? Like DL said, we always talk about the negative things when it's black people. We're like, oh, I hope that's not black. We don't want to own that. But when positive things do happen, do you think we should make more of a fuss about it? We should bring it up a little bit more and praise like DL did Don?
Absolutely. Acknowledgement when it's positive is always a good feeling. I mean, if you would have just saw Don's reaction to him where he teared up, when someone acknowledges your good deed, it makes you feel great in the inside and also makes you want to do better in life, you know? Mm-hmm. So, yes, highlight that always.
Definitely. Andy?
I agree 100%. But, us as men, we've been taught to not obviously be emotional or, or share, positive thoughts with each other or whatnot. And at the same time, our community, for whatever reason, when we see one of us in a prime position, you know what I mean? It's always questionable. We always question as opposed to, celebrating it or whatnot. And we got to stop questioning and just, be thankful that, we have somebody that looks like us in a position that, you gave me motivation. I think I could reach that too.
So do you think, Andy, very quickly, because I know we praise women. We actually praise black women probably more than anything else that I've seen for holding it together. We praise black women for not being irate or the angry black woman because that's what, they would want to label us. So do you feel equally like we should obviously do the same for men? But my bigger question is, do you feel like men should react the same type of way, that they should hold back? Because I feel like men aren't judged the same way that women are. I feel that way. And so how do you feel about it? Because you're a man, so you tell me.
How do I feel about what again? Like,
do you feel that men are judged the same way or not the same as women? I feel like women, if we do express ourselves and we are annoyed, we are upset, we raise our voices, we are judged. Do you feel like men are?
Oh, we definitely get judged. I mean, Dr. Umar, Stephen A. Smith, they get judged for saying what they got to say. But at the same time,
what do they call y'all in return? We're labeled as the angry black woman. What do they call y'all?
Some coons.
They call no. Look at what you just gave me props for correcting myself when I said it wasn't aggression, but it was passion that Dr. Umar was speaking in.
Yes.
So we label y'all black men as passionate. We label black women as aggressive, angry, that type of thing.
But also it could be misconstrued for us too when we're emotional or whatnot. It can be seen as not necessarily the angry black man, but that type of energy that we bring forth is scary to a lot of people. So, I mean, I don't necessarily know the term per se, but it won't be viewed as passion. You know what I'm saying? It will turn people off. So that aggressive nature turns people off.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Okay, well, it looks like the answer is split. You guys say inside of our YouTube chat, the question is, should we commend black people for holding it together in the face of adversity? 50% says yes, or else they'll label us. The other says we should react as we see fit. Be how you want to be. And for the most part, I do try to operate that way. I'm more mindful, I'll say. I'm more mindful of speaking my truth because I know who I am. I know that I'm not angry. I know that I'm not aggressive. But if I'm passionate about something, I will speak that out. And so I'm becoming more comfortable, Ty, with the fact that I'm just a light. And so I move with that. So it takes a minute, or it takes something pretty heavy to get me to a place where I'm, maybe loud or something like that. But I feel like it's warranted. If I go there, it's warranted. So that's kind of how I'm operating these days.
No, I feel that. I relate to that very much so.
Very good. Well, thank you, sister. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about this NeNe Leakes thing. She is driving in a car with executive producer and producer of many reality shows, Carlos King, and they're having this conversation about cheating. Let's take a listen to it.
If you're going to cheat, you need to do it with respect. Now, you do need, I don't like people who are not respectful. So these are the ones that aren't respectful. They're talking to the side piece and lying to them. First of all, you already lied to whoever this is on the side. So if you're going to be respectful, you tell that person, you give me 50 feet on my woman. Don't ever approach me when you see me with my woman.
So that's the rule.
Number one, you can never approach. I couldn't imagine somebody approaching me. It would just be like, what?
Who are you?
What is happening?
Who sent you to me?
What are you doing right now?
Yes.
So, yeah, I do agree that there have to be respectful cheating. Is that what you call it?
It's called respectful cheating. It's when your side piece doesn't call my phone saying, put my man on the phone, B. And I'm like, well, dang, girl.
Or posting on your social media.
Yeah, or when the side piece posts the arm of the man with his tattoos so you could see the year he was born and the year of his daughter. So that you can identify that, yeah, girl, this is my man too. That's disrespectful cheating. Keep your side pieces in check.
Okay. I'm already laughing at you guys over in our YouTube. By the way, Lavelle Delone, I like this comment when in regards to black men and behavior. He says black men should not only be acknowledged for positive behavior, but encouraged and praised. We need more brotherhood. I like that. I definitely agree. Well, you guys all agree with me here, because the question is there such a thing as cheating respectfully? Somebody says yes. Ty, what do you say?
Oh, Jesus. That don't make sense to me. My brain, it hurts thinking of what?
Right.
Okay, this is my thought process. Giving permission to cheat in a relationship is wild, okay? And also it's damaging to trust and respect. Like, I feel like this is something that should be communicated and discussed at the very beginning about boundaries and your expectations to prevent a point of no return. And I'm feeling a little triggered right now. Let me just say that. So, trust and fidelity, they are essential foundations for a healthy relationship. If you're going to cheat, you need to be single. Unless y'all have an understanding where it's a thing like polygamy, and then y'all have an agreement, that I have her and I have you. I don't know. It did not make sense.
I hear you.
My brain was
you said I felt triggered. Okay, I get that. Critic Chronicle says, at my age, I do not share. Jasmine Haynes Small says, nah, sis, if he's cheating, he ain't for me. Deborah Chacoa says, cheating is inherently disrespectful. Penny Thompson says, Robin, that is the most that is the most ridiculous thing I've heard, with the eyes rolled up. She's Critic Chronicle says, you're right. Don't be in a relationship if you have to cheat. I agree. I guess maybe I wonder, because these are coming from, this conversation is had by a woman who is, I believe she's in her 50s. Respectfully, I think she's in her 50s. She looks great. NeNe Leakes looks great. She, if you don't know, she is one of the housewives of Atlanta, one of the founding housewives of Atlanta, and she has gone on to do some great things, acting and all these wonderful things. And she's having a conversation with Carlos King, who is one of the reality television sort of gurus. He's creating all these different shows, and they're talking like this is an experience of theirs. They're talking like they have some experience. Like when he said, taking photos of the arm, showing the tattoo, I'm like, you sound like that happened to you before.
That was very detailed.
It was very detailed. But my question is, I guess it saddens me when I think, like, is this what it comes to? Is this, do people who think like this believe that there is no hope? Do they believe that everybody cheats? I've heard that before. I've heard, women who seem to be damaged and hurt. They say there is no such thing as a man who doesn't cheat on you. And so, for older people especially to have this type of conversation, I guess I would shrug it off a little bit more if they were younger. But to be this old having this conversation, do you feel like this is the state of where we are in society right now?
It's so funny as you were talking. I feel like this is nothing new. I feel like at least on social media, I have seen the saying like, "Oh, you think your granddaddy didn't cheat on your grandmommy?" Like he definitely cheated on her.
Yeah,
he just kept quiet and he paid the bills. Like, whatever you did to keep peace in your home. But also, like, no, not everybody cheats. I have seen successful relationships and they have other issues, but whatever. But no.
Or is it like when we talk about the grandfathers and the all of that, like the Papa was a Rolling Stone, that type of thing, it may have been known, but even when we talk about the grandfathers and they say he had other families, but he was taking care of his primary family, he was paying the bills and he was coming home at night, that type, is that what respectful cheating is? Andy is laughing, but I'm trying to figure this thing out because I don't know. Andy, did you want to jump in here real quick?
See, the individuals at that time, our grandparents or whatnot, they knew their role. This message that NeNe Leakes is providing is for the cheaters. So if you're not a cheater, then this doesn't apply to you. So there's rules to everything, right? Basically, keep your emotions in check. If you're the side piece, keep your emotions in check. I know it may sound like I'm advocating for it. I'm not advocating for it, but I have heard about this respectful cheating thing. It's a big thing, apparently. You know what I mean? But, to Ty's point, this is not anything new. This is just game for those who are involved in cheating. That it's
like
unfortunate.
A sport. Oh my gosh.
I mean, hey. I mean, you got OT Genesis talking about, hey, I'm good. I want to be a side dude. You know what I mean? Like, there are. Yeah, I've heard many guys say. I heard you. What's that old song? What's your man got to do with me? I got a man. No, remember, Positive K.
Positive K. In that song, he says, "What your man got to do with me?" I mean, going back to what was that in the '90s or something? I mean, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is a thing. Lavelle says, "Didn't Shirley call Barbara?" Shirley did call Barbara back in the day. This is true. Penny Thompson says respectful cheating is trying to right a wrong. Wrong is wrong and you can't make it right. Okay, well, maybe it is just what Andy said for those who indulge in such a sport. I mean, because that sounds like a sport. That sounds like you gotta hide, you gotta run, you gotta
side
cheat.
Pieces. That's what it is.
Okay, it just sounds. Thank you, Ty. That's the word. It's exhausting. Well, as you guys stand here, 80% of you say there is no such thing as cheating respectfully. But the one bold soul, probably one person who says, or two people who say, that there is such a thing. Well, shout out to y'all for indulging in the who are honest about indulging in the sport. That's where we land on that. Ty Lee, I appreciate the conversation with you as always. Thank you so much for calling in today. And where can everybody find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at simply Ty, SIMPLEETHAI.
Thank you. It is a pleasure as always, and I look forward to having our next conversation.
Next time.
Till next time. Enjoy your night. Okay, well, when we come forward, we have a Who's Got Next for you on the other side. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl BB, and you're listening to me on the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. Visit jpmorganchase.com/racial equity and get the tools to help reach your financial goals.
Imagine with me here for a minute the most beautiful panoramic setting. Maybe it's an endless ocean, waves crashing on a beach, or a crystal clear mountain lake, peaceful and quiet. Or maybe it's just little kids playing in the park down the street. Wherever your imagination takes you, now imagine right smack in the middle of this perfect picture, a piece of litter. Just one piece right there in the middle of it all. Doesn't exactly fit, does it? In fact, even though it's just one piece, now it's all you can see. That one piece ruins everything. And that's the thing about litter. It doesn't take much to ruin everything. One thing's for sure, it simply does not belong anywhere in California. So here's the good news. If we work together, we will change it. We don't have to let litter, even just one piece, ruin your perfect picture. Not anymore, not ever again. Clean California, zero litter is the goal. Brought to you by Caltrans and CleanCA.com.
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news. You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Okay, we have a little bit of time, and I kid you not, this song right here, this young lady, Way Ani, is called The Standard, and I promise you, she's talking to the side chick. Check this song out.
There's an elephant. It's you. At least then I know that I'm relevant. It's true. I know this because of my melanin. I do. I think that my patience is running thin. Like tick, tick. You get jealous when I'm in the room. All that you're saying is repetitive. Not new. I think that I've been on your mind again. Don't you? You said that you'll never be more than friends. Too soon.
Bet you wanna live the life that I'm living. Bet you wanna kiss the man that I'm kissing. Bet you wish that you could be in my position. Everybody knows there ain't no competition.
I'm the standard. Got you got a body, but it's everything you're after. Can't keep my name out your mouth, I spit yours out with laughter. Watching you is like watching a natural disaster. Cause I'm the standard. Yes, I'm the standard. Got you got a body, but it's everything you're after. Can't keep my name out your mouth, I spit yours out with laughter. clean. The effort you're making is pitiful. It's like you're guilty. The words that you say unforgivable. But coming from you is so typical. There's only been one original, no additional. And that's me, baby.
Bet you wanna live the life that I'm living. Bet you wanna kiss the man that I'm kissing. Bet you wish that you could be in my position. Everybody knows there ain't no competition.
I'm the standard. Got you mad about it, but it's everything you're after. Can't keep my name out your mouth, I spit yours out with laughter. Watching you is like watching a natural disaster. Cause I'm the standard, yes I'm the standard. Got you mad about it, but it's everything you're after. Can't keep my name out your mouth, I spit yours out with laughter. Watching you is like watching a natural disaster. Cause I'm the standard.
She says she's the standard. Yes, Penny Thompson says she's definitely talking to the side chick, respectfully. Y'all, that topic is crazy. I appreciate us making light of it. And thank you, Andy, for breaking it down that it's a sport. You know, he says some people, this is what they're already doing, so this is who they're talking to. Yeah.
Once again, the message is for the side pieces.
For the side pieces.
For the side pieces. Control your emotions.
Control your
Especially
emotions.
if you want to continue seeing that person.
I just want to punch this microphone. I don't punch the microphone. Anyway, you guys, what a wonderful show. Thank you so much, Raw Squad. I see you and appreciate you as always up in our YouTube. Definitely appreciate Ty Lee as well for calling in and joining me on this conversation. You already know. Tomorrow's Friday. Wow, that came very fast, and we're going to have another fire show as always. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I want you to have a wonderful evening as well. But you can't change the station, okay? You can never change the station, but especially right now, because Zoe Williams, he's ready. Zoe Williams is ready, the voice of reason, because he's got a fire show that he's about to bring to you about relationships. He always does, though. He always does. So definitely look forward to tuning into that. You guys, what a wonderful show. I appreciate you. My name is Robin Ayers. And remember, today and every single day forward, be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. President Biden is remembering Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on the 56th anniversary of his assassination. Biden released a statement where he called King one of his political heroes. He said the civil rights leader embodies, quote, a patriotism that continues to inspire generations of Americans, including him, end